young people and so many people that if they come out and they find a mentor, somebody that's willing to do so, to teach them something, to guide them, because people need guidance. A lot of people just, they don't have the right people encouraging them, showing them. Believe it or not, grown adults, they just don't know which way to go. And that's a lot of people. Maybe you're one of them. But if you can find a mentor, you've found a good thing. And if you can be a mentor, that's even a better thing. There's a movie, one of my favorites is Finding Forrester with Sean Connery, and he becomes a mentor to a young African-American. A great movie and very inspirational. You should check it out. But Sean Connery, very good in that movie. Speaking at a news conference in London, General Mattis, he raised the North Korea issue in response to a reporter's question about Iran, and he suggested that North Korea is more of an urgent problem. He says this is a threat of both rhetoric and growing capability, and we will be working with the international community to address this. He said, we are working through the United Nations, we are working with allies, and we're working diplomacy, including with those who we might be able to enlist in this effort to get North Korea under control. The reporter noted that Mattis, as head of the U.S. Central Command in 2012, has said Iran was the main threat facing the United States. In responding, Mattis, he quickly pivoted to North Korea, which has rattled Washington with threats to attack the U.S. with nuclear missiles. That's pretty assertive. And recent intelligence shows a lot of activity in North Korea. There could be a launch any second. It looks like they're gearing up and they're ready. These people are dangerous. So North Korea, more of a threat right now than Iran. This guy is a loose cannon. Loves Swiss cheese. That's Kim Jong-un. Loves Swiss cheese. Loves beer. I remember yesterday that I was telling you that John McCain was calling him the fat kid. And that just outrages him. It's kind of amazing what people will, Jong-un, his reputation, I guess, really matters, considering how awful he treats his people and how inhumane he is. I mean, just terrible. But he's so gluttonous. It's not even funny. But that's one to watch, and hope to God they don't launch something that because they do, they're going to have something launched their way immediately. They're going to have a rude awakening because we will drop some serious bombs and firepower on them. We have troops, as you know, 250,000 troops on the border. Did you know that? 250,000 of ours right there in the South Korea. All right, here's a dilemma. This is having to do with the big wall, the big, beautiful wall that Donald Trump promises that he's going to build. Well, the owner of a Texas construction company, he was interested in this big wall and this wall project along the U.S.-Mexican border, and he said that he's now, because he's decided to bid, death threats and being called a traitor in part because, check this out, he's of Mexican descent. He says a lot of people are saying, you're Latino. How could you build a wall to keep Latinos out, other Latinos out, said Pina Group's CEO Michael Evangelist to the Washington Post. The Fort Worth businessman said it was not an easy decision to bid on the controversial program. He said on this project, not least because 80% of his workforce is Latino. 80%. Now, check this out, though. This is some fact-finding going on about this. He wasn't the only company that was bidding on this project. Approximately 200 companies have responded to the federal government's request for proposals for a solid concrete border wall. And according to the Post, 32 companies are Hispanic-owned. 32. Well, you know, folks, the American people have been asking our politicians for 35 years to do something on immigration, and they've done absolutely nothing. And this businessman believes in the same thing, and he's tired of it. And you know what? Interesting enough, in Tampa, we have a pretty large Hispanic population. And there's a lot of Hispanic businesses in the building where I do my radio show from. And they tell me they voted for Trump. They are tired of this illegal immigration because it hurts their business. Believe it or not, it hurts their business. It doesn't help. It hurts. And some of them are Mexican. And they still like Donald Trump. Imagine that. Well, there's a lot of Latinos we know that already voted for Donald Trump, are not mad at Donald Trump. They want better paying jobs. And when you have a bunch of illegals that are not documented off the books, it makes it really tough to be able to provide better paying jobs or employers to want to even up the wages. It affects the marketplace. And our talking point here, it's not good business. It's not at all. And that's not anti-American. It's not anti-Latino, anti-immigrant or anything like that. The numbers don't lie. It's factual information that we know. And all the after effects and things that go along with having to support the illegal population, meaning that all the services and the social services and the food and all the extra things that come along with it that put us in a quite vicarious place. And, of course, the liberals will say, oh, it's the children. You can't deny the children. If their parents would have had it right, they would have had to worry about anything like that. I don't like it anything different from you going into a store and shoplifting. Would you be shocked if they actually arrested the individual that was trying to leave the store with an item? What's worse? Trying to get over the border, not pay any taxes, and then expect, and this is what kills me, and then expect the good-hearted folks, hardworking folks, Christian folks, whatever you want to call it, of the United States of America to shell out the money. Unlimited amount of money. As a matter of fact, trillions of dollars in spending money towards these programs, towards those efforts. And that's the reason, the main reason why the left loves immigrants so much, especially the illegal ones. It's paid voters. And there's so many examples of the fraudulent ballots from many states saying buses of coming over, various state lines, voting several times, back and forth, and not even checking their identities out, just allowing them to do it. And because being an illegal, you can get a driver's license. You can get one. And thanks to like Jerry Brown and these liberal governors allowing them to do it, whatever they're trafficking in, whether it's drugs, whether they've raped or repeat offenders, and don't get me wrong, not all illegals are criminals. Not all illegals are. But what kills me about the word is illegal. Do you really want to be an illegal in this great country? There was an opportunity, and this is what kills me too. And to look back in hindsight, it's always 2020 when Obama offered amnesty to those that were living in the shadows. And they didn't take advantage of it. Well, that would be bad because they were working under the table, and then that they would, have to turn in their employer, blah, 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 blah. You remember that, right? Yeah, you remember. This is real. We got to take a quick break. You're listening to For the People. Remember, For the People is 100% listener supported. Our website, by the way, you can listen to our program anytime on demand. If you're just joining us and missed most of our program, it's forthepeopleshow.com. We'll be back right after this.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please call or go online with your gift right now.
For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener-supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now, the internet is a big place, but 123 Ready TV has made it easy to start enjoying all of the current movies you enjoy and those movie classics. What if I told you that you could start streaming everything now and all the latest movies for just $19.99? And it's a one-time charge, not monthly. 123 Ready TV is a media app that you can have on your PC or your Android phone. You see, this app allows you to stream movies and TV shows, weather, and anything you already have on your PC or your phone or on the internet. Plus, no commercials. Find out why so many people are using this amazing media player. Start saving money and start enjoying all your favorite TV shows now and movies for just a one-time payment of $19.99. To get yours, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com and click on the store page for your 123 Ready TV. And For the People continues on your radio. Last day of March. April showers bring May flowers, but the snowstorm in the Northeast is not necessarily the stuff they were anticipating, but there they go. But they're ready for this kind of stuff. The upper Northeast and Maine and such like that. You guys up in Bangor, we have listeners up in Maine that listen to us online, and love to have a station up there. Speaking of stations, we have a huge media initiative where we're going to be contacting stations, and that's where I could use your help. You know, we ask you to share with your radio station. That's a big help. But we're wanting to have somebody make calls, and an affiliate relations guy that we actually have to pay, you figure, for his time, but a media vet, and I'd like to be able to set him up to be able to do that. And be able to do that, you can make a donation online at forthepeopleshow.com. That'll allow me to be able to give him something to make those calls, but that'll be able to help us further for the people across